Down another pound in my hungry strike for America, so there's another star on the official sign and another state colored in. Hello everybody and welcome to the Honor and Knowledge channel, where I give my weekly update in this video for my hungry strike for America, where for some unknown reason, even to me, I've connected losing 50 pounds from the beginning of July of last year to the end of October of this year, in order to ensure that the Republicans maintain control of the House and the Senate after the 2026 elections. What's the real connection? I don't know. But you know what? I think we're going to maintain control, and I think it's partly because I'm losing my 50 pounds, the natural weight loss way. No GLP-1 medications, no injections, no operations, nothing. Just good old-fashioned willpower. Losing weight by doing good exercise and reducing calorie intake, choosing the right foods. And this week, I'll tell you a little bit about how I'm taking care of my loose skin issue, because I don't have one. Here's the official sign with another star on there. So that makes 34 pounds lost. So that makes 16 pounds left. And the state that I got to color in on the official map of the United States for the Hungry Strike for America was New Jersey. New Jersey's in orange, just like a couple other states. Why orange? Well, they didn't go for President Trump, and as you know, I picked the states to color in based upon the percentage that they voted for President Trump in the 2024 election. New Jersey was number 34, 46.06%. You know what? New Jersey's getting closer for the Republicans to take it back. So let's talk about the senators from New Jersey. Senator Andy Kim replaced Bob Menendez, that was very corrupt and finally convicted in court, no longer in the Senate, in prison. But we're going to get to talk about somebody connected to him that's still in office for the Democratic Party. Senator Kim isn't running for re-election because he just won election in New Jersey in 2024, but Senator Cory Booker, I remember him as Spartacus when he made that comment at the Senate hearing. Senator Cory Booker, I've talked before about him. He's actually, based upon my view of him and his review of his history before he got into the Senate, was a pretty decent fellow. He did a lot of good stuff for the local people wherever he served. But you know what? Once he got into the Senate, he drank the Kool-Aid, so to speak, became a die-hard Democratic Party flag bearer, and no matter what the rest of the country, no matter what even Democratic Party members want, he is just towing the line with whatever the elitists at the top of the Democratic Party are saying. Cory Booker is up for re-election here in 2026. The primaries occurred on June 2nd in New Jersey, so there is a good candidate that the Republicans have that, you know what, has a possibility of beating Cory Booker. That person is Justin Murphy. I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more about him now that the primaries are over with, and the Republican Party, including President Trump, are going to be spending more and more time on the 2026 elections, both the House and the Senate. And wouldn't it be great to start taking back New Jersey? How good are the Republicans doing right now in New Jersey? Well, besides the fact that the governor went to Mikey Sherrill, you know, a Naval Academy graduate. I've spoken quite frequently about her in the past, even though I'm a fellow alumni. Not good for the state, not good for the country. But in the House, there are a total of 12 seats in New Jersey right now. Right now, meaning don't know what's going to happen in the census, but because people have been coming into New Jersey from New York, they'll probably stay about the same. There are 3 Republican House members from New Jersey. Jeff Van Drew came to fame in 2020 when he switched from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party during the first President Trump administration. The second member is Chris Smith. His claim to fame, besides being a great guy, is that he's tied with another congressman for being the longest serving congressman, about 45 years so far. He's been doing a lot of good work for the Republicans. And the third one has been in the news a lot lately, Congressman Thomas Kean. The reason why he's been in the news is he's been absent. Speaker Johnson has spoken about him. He's been absent for some kind of possible medical reason, at least that's what we seem to understand. He's returning to Congress. He hasn't voted since sometime in March, but apparently, according to Speaker Johnson, everything is hunky-dory. What I mean by that is, whatever has been preventing Congressman Thomas Kean from voting, because you have to be in the House in order to vote, is probably being taken care of, or has been taken care of. And Speaker Johnson seems to understand that everything is all right. So, as I've always said, Speaker Johnson's fantastic, and if he says something is okay, it probably is. But we'll wait until we actually get our own information, because Congressman Thomas Keene says he'll be providing all that information in the near future. Well, I'm sure he will before the election, and I believe that all three will be reelected. Now, in the 9 congressmen from New Jersey that are Democratic Party members, all of them are seeking re-election in 2026, except for one, Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman. She has decided to retire. She is in a very heavily leaning Democratic district. And there's one other Democratic House member that seems to be a very interesting person to me, somebody interesting at least to talk about. The son of the Senator Bob Menendez. His son is Rob Menendez. It appears after he graduated from college and got his law degree, he went to work for a New Jersey law firm for a while. Then he ends up on the Port Authority Commission. I wonder how he got that job. Not saying anything wrong, I'm just saying I wonder how he got that job. Oh, by the way, nothing to do with Rob Menendez. New Jersey has a huge history going back 100 years of a lot of corruption, especially in northern New Jersey, throughout the years with regard to vote. You've heard about Tammany Hall in New York and how powerful that was. Well, after Tammany Hall went down in power in New York City, a different kind of organization went up in power in New Jersey. In fact, the person in charge of it for a few decades was so powerful that he got the governor of New Jersey to put his son, his non-lawyer son, on the Supreme Court for New Jersey. Yep, a lot of bad stuff used to happen in New Jersey. And if it used to happen in New Jersey, wonder what's happening now. Just wanted you to know. One more thing about New Jersey. Overall, I'm really expecting Republicans to do better in 2026 and onwards in New Jersey than has been done in the past, at least in the recent past. For example, the last time a senator was elected in New Jersey that was from the Republican Party was 1972. I think as the years go by and more problems are occurring in Maryland, which is really going fast into the toilet, as well as New York City, which has a huge impact on New Jersey, and I think they'll be sliding towards the Republican world. That's what I sincerely believe. But enough on New Jersey right now. Let's switch over to the Hungry Strike for America, actually my natural weight loss journey. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I've been doing a couple things with regard to ensuring I don't have loose skin. Well, I do have a little bit of loose skin, but it's actually very minimal. And quite honestly, the main reason why I've been only losing weight at about 1 pound a week for the whole 50 pounds that I'm trying to lose is specifically because of the desire not to impact the body too much, including getting loose skin. Because if you do a weight loss journey, as I am, very slowly, not only are you learning how to live a different lifestyle, which I am, but your body also has time to adapt to it. The skin, I've read, has a way of replenishing itself about every 4 weeks, 28 days. So by doing a slow weight loss, you're giving your body time to have the skin get used to having less weight. The other thing I'm doing is trying to help the skin by eating a lot of collagen. And recently I've ramped up that because it appears that I'm losing weight again in a pretty good clip. So I've been, first of all, eating a little bit more so I don't lose weight too fast, which is a good thing. But I've also been trying to eat a lot of collagen coming from things such as smoked ham hocks and smoked pork shanks. Why all these pork things? Well, because the collagen coming from pork products, my understanding is it helps the skin more than the collagen that comes from beef products. Beef product collagen helps the joints more, and collagen from pork products helps the skin more. How do I make that collagen? Well, we have a crock pot. I stick the stuff in there and I cook it for a long time. Now, just a little hint here, something I learned is that I soak things like smoked stuff, like ham hocks and the smoked shanks, overnight in water in the refrigerator. That removes a lot of the salt. And then I cook it that day, and then I put it back in the refrigerator, remove the fat on the top. Then I cook it a second day. I eat the ham at the end of the first day because if you wait too long, I've learned that it gets too tough. So I eat the ham because it tastes great. I then have the collagen at the end of the second day. So there's the two not so secret secrets. One, go slow, and number two is collagen. And for the skin, coming from pork. So there you go. Thank you for watching this video from our tiki hut here in South Florida on a hot day, end of June. Yep, makes perfect sense that it's overly warm today. Let me just put it that way. Good day to stay out of the sun. Thank you for your time. God bless you. God bless President Trump and his administration. Pray for the military. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you for watching the Honor and Knowledge channel. Goodbye.